Welcome you to the Elmore County Commission work session dated Monday, March 8, 2021. We'll call this meeting to order. We'd like to extend a warm welcome to all those who are visiting with us today. We appreciate your participation and attendance at our county meetings. We will begin with our regular business, a review of the minutes of the February 22nd, 2021 Commission meeting. Are there any comments or questions? Hearing none, review the Memorandum of Warrants for the period of February 17, 21 through March 2, 2021. Richie?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, for that time period, the Memorandum of Warrants was $1,769,435.23.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, hearing none, we will proceed now. We have three public hearings on our agenda this evening. The first item is the public hearing to discuss the proposed right-of-way vacation by adjoining landowner of a portion of Home Place Road. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this proposed right-of-way vacation? Yes, sir. Come up to the podium. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is John Henderson. I'm an attorney. I represent the property owner who's moving for the vacation. It's my understanding that all adjoining property owners have signed off in agreement and that there are no objections, and we appreciate the consideration.
All right, thank you. Are there any comments or questions from commissioners? Is there anyone here to speak in opposition to this? All right, hearing none, we'll proceed to the next item. Public hearing for the transfer of a 050 retail beer off premises only alcohol license from H&K Food Mart to Holtville 2020 Inc. for Quick Sack 4 at 1358 Holtville Road, Wetumpka, Alabama 36092. Is there anyone here to speak for or against this transfer of license? I know we have the owner of the establishment here. We appreciate you being here. Is there anyone in opposition to this transfer? All right, seeing and hearing none, we'll proceed with our next public hearing for a 070 table wine off-premises only alcohol license application by the Holtville 2020 Inc. for Quick Sack 4 at 1358 Holtville Road, Wetumpka, Alabama 36092. Is there anyone to speak for or against this transfer, or this application? All right, again, the owner of the same location, we appreciate you being here. Anyone in opposition? All right, seeing and hearing none, we'll proceed to our new business. Discuss approving the extension of the waiving of credit card processing and convenience fees for online transactions through Thursday, September 30, 2021. As many of you recall, about 10 months ago, the County Commission made the decision in light of the pandemic to waive all credit card and processing fees for any county business that individuals might choose to do online rather than coming physically to our location to make those transactions. We felt that this would alleviate some of the burden of coming into the building, some of the gathering that takes place. Obviously, we hope and pray that we are transitioning out of the pandemic, but we also recognize that the waiving of the credit card processing and convenience fees has been very attractive to many of our citizens who would prefer to do their business online, and it has provided us with the ability to manage some of the transactions that take place here in the building. And obviously when they do transactions online, we're not handling money, we're not depositing checks, we're not having to do all of the things that accompany that. Mr. Byer, do you have any additional information to add on that?
No, sir. I think you hit all the points. The main thing was the convenience for the citizens, and it has helped with the flow in the building, especially during peak times.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions from commissioners?
Chairman, I do agree with what you said. I think there are great benefits to us waiving these fees. It's promoting citizens using our online services for various reasons, operational and also convenient just for our citizens so they don't have to make a trip to the courthouse. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. All right, next item on the agenda, consider one appointment to the Elmore Water and Sewer Authority, appointment due April 12, 2021. Candidate listed is Mr. Art Faulkner. This would be a reappointment. His name was submitted by the Water Authority, and this will begin the 30-day consideration period for that appointment. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, Chairman, Elmore Water Authority services a large portion of District 4, and Mr. Faulkner served in this capacity for many years, and I think he would do us a great job serving in this capacity again.
Thank you. Next item, discuss approving cemetery application for expansion of Skinner Family Cemetery on Tuberose Lane in Deetsville, Alabama. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is actually an expansion, so it's not a full-blown, brand-new cemetery, but under the Code of Alabama, you still have to consider issuing this application, and there's actually a licensure that the probate judge, upon y'all's approval, will issue for the cemetery. This has been through the health department for their concurrence, and also the engineering department has looked at to make sure there are no issues with floodplain or anything like that.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from commissioners?
That's in my area, and the Skinner's family has been there for a long time, and they just would like to add to it more of their family members want to be there.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We'll now proceed to the next item on our new business agenda. Consider approving resolutions authorizing the chairman to execute letter agreements for the following projects. ATRP 2-26-2020-026-1 right turn lane on Ingram Road at State Road 14. ATRP 2-26-2020-026-2 addition of turn lane on Cusata Parkway at State Road 14, State Route 14, right? And ATRP 2-26-2020-026-3 left turn lane on State Route 143 at Cobb's Ford Road. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, you will recall that we previously adopted an agreement for the project that is the last one, State Road 143 and Cobb's Ford Road, as part of the A-Trip program. ALDOT has shifted to a new agreement, which is a one-page document on these A-Trip 2 projects that require no match from the locals. And so to kind of clean up their records, they've asked us to adopt the one-page agreements for all three sites. If you look at the dollar amounts for those, they will all add up to the awarded $1.44 million. And basically the agreement is just cleaned up in such a way to where unless there's overruns on the project, we're subject to no expense. We've been working with ALDOT from day one of the award on these, and everything so far has come in under budget, and so we don't foresee that being an issue. But that's the reason for us having to take that back up on the one site. December, January were the first two lettings. That would be the Main Street, Cobb's Ford Road project, and then Cusata Parkway was a January letting. The final project, which is Ingram Road, which is Mayor Kelly's favorite intersection, is set for a June letting. So, and as soon as that project lets in June, then we're in a position where we're able to eligible to apply for another A-Trip 2 grant. They'll all be under construction at that time. So.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that report and appreciate the progress we're making on those three projects with the A-Trip 2 program. Next item on the agenda, the consent docket, approved family leave request for Beverly Brown, equipment operator 2, approved declaration of emergency illness for Beverly Brown, equipment operator 2, approved family leave request for Paige Bennett Thornton, appraiser 1. Personnel notifications, notification of transfer of Tyrondia Hurd, sergeant to corrections officer, effective 1/19/2021. Notification of resignation of Caitlin Kennedy, dispatcher tier 1, effective 2/26/2021. Notification of hire of M. Shane Pittman, project inspector 3, vacant position, effective 3/1/2021. We'll now proceed with reports to the commission. Mr. Byer.
Mr. Chairman, the first item is related to the minutes, just to make sure everybody's attention was called to it. And I should have mentioned it while you were asking for comments, but there were a couple corrections from the last meeting. One was related to the license that you were, the transfer of license for Quicksack 4. They included a tobacco license on the application. That is not something that we take up, so that is corrected. And then there were two erroneous items on there about a hire instead of being a change in status or promotion. So just making sure y'all are aware of that. I know it was in the minutes. Make sure it's part of the record. Other items that we've got, in addition to our normal maintenance and improvements going on our roads and bridges, we are getting the FY21 rebuild projects that are on our local system ready to go, since we talked a little bit about A-Trip 2 a minute ago. The local projects are in progress as well, to where the prep work will be going on for those. And then that will be followed up with summertime, turning the contractor loose to do overlays on a lot of those roads. There are some that the county are performing completely themselves, reclamation and sealing of some roads. We are also currently working with the city, trying to finish the stadium project. We have our own work to do, and then they've come back with some additional work they'd like us to help them with, and we are working through that. I know the chairman met with myself and leadership from the city a week or so ago, talking through that and getting that going. 17 Springs is proceeding on. We're starting to get into deep in the design phase of phase 1. We continue to have our weekly calls on that, and going forward with that. I think next week is our steering committee meeting, to where the leadership that guides what the park will look like will come together. We continue to work on the COVID-19 CDBG application, and also looking at what our application will look like this summer, working with Carp Deck on that. The one thing we have on the horizon is the recently approved in the Senate American Rescue Plan. We've been keeping our eyes on that. Similar to the CARES Act, this has implications on local government. This time there actually is some fairly sizable sums of money for local government in that, so we're trying to figure out ahead of final approval what those rules are, what it could look like for us, and do like we did with the CARES Act and extract all the value for our citizens out of that. So we're consistently on. This is right in the middle of NACO's legislative conference, so many of you have been participating in that today. But they've got calls going on with general membership and the committees for the next 3 weeks, so we'll be hearing a lot about that. And as soon as we get some information, staff will share that with y'all, the bullet points of what we can and can't do, kind of take the 600-page document and turn it into something that we can really talk about. So, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have in the way of report. Y'all have any questions or comments for me?
No, thank you for that report. We'll now proceed with reports from the commission. We'll begin with Commissioner Daughtry.
I don't have anything at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Mercer?
Thank you, Chairman. Just to report on a few pieces of legislation of interest to the counties. We do have the Safer Places legislation working its way through the State House, which would relieve some liability exposure that property owners have that open up their facilities to citizens in a time of a storm event. We also have the legislation related to relieving some pressure on our county jails as a result of sentencing guidelines that were passed in 2015. It's also working its way through the legislature and should be considered this week, which will relieve some population issues we have in all of our county jails that will go to go to great lengths to help the county budgets and the monies they have to allocate toward their county jails. On a different topic, broadband in the county, I continue to work with our Economic Development Authority as the commission works to expand broadband, promote the expansion of broadband in unserved and underserved areas of the county. That is an ongoing effort that I know you hear me talk about a great deal. As Mr. Byron Richard mentioned just a minute ago, NACO is having their annual conference this week, which is virtual, of course. I attended a meeting today. I serve on the Community Economic Workforce Development Subcommittee. We had one of our meetings today, and I continue to, when I hear commissioners from across the county talk about issues that they deal with, I'm continuously thankful and grateful that we live in Elmore County. There's some issues that other commissioners deal with across the United States that never even show up on our radar. So I'm very thankful for the commissioners I've served with, the citizens we have in our county, the economy that we have here, and the community that we get to live in. One last thing, that I do have a cleanup day, a right-of-way trash cleanup day planned for Saturday. I'll be working with the Elmore Volunteer Fire Department, and I appreciate their willingness to keep our county clean, as we do all the citizens that basically. That's all I have, Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Hines?
Colonel Stubbs had a great weekend this last weekend. The weather was beautiful. The Titus group of 29 citizens went out and picked up over 100 bags of trash and cleaned up Titus. Red Lane group cleaned up another 4.5 miles in their area. And Hal Hodge group over in the Elmore, Sada area picked up several roads over there also. So I want to thank all of them, all groups there, and also the individual citizens that got out on their own and just picked up some trash just to help us. This weekend, though, we have a huge weekend, and looks like the weather's going to cooperate again. The Red Lane group is going to be back out in full force this weekend. The Slap Out group, the Wallsboro group, the Elmore Fire Department group, and the Flea Hawk group. We have 5 groups, so I think it'll pretty well touch just about every district we have this weekend. Someone out there working hard. Also, some very exciting news is our Sheriff's Department has come up with a program to work with us. We met with him the other morning, and he's going to be having 4 inmates starting this Wednesday that will be going out with a supervisor and hitting the hot spots and picking up litter across the county. So looks like it's snowballing and growing every day, and citizens are starting to respond and pay attention to our signs and work hard. So I want to commend our highway department for their hard work out there, following through on the pickups, and because it's been a lot of nasty stuff that's been picked up. So look forward to this weekend, and with the help of all of my constituents and all the citizens out there, making Elmore County a great place to live and work.
Thank you. Commissioner Lewis?
Just briefly, Chairman. As we've seen in the nation, our COVID-19 numbers are going down, but I just want to put on the record of please don't let that make you not be unsafe and don't take precautions. We still have the mask order. Our governor did pass it and extended it to April 9th, but it was stated, I guess, that after April 9th, she's not going to make us wear masks anymore. But I do ask everyone, just by being the commissioner involving healthcare, to please maintain safety and take precautions. The numbers are going down. If you're able to get the vaccine, please take it. If not, please just make sure you wear a mask and stay safe.
All right, thank you. I appreciate my fellow commissioners and their dedicated efforts to serve the citizens of Elmore County, especially express gratitude to Commissioner Hines for his efforts in coordinating the litter cleanup throughout the county. That is a big task. It's very out front. It's very involved in many ways. And I just encourage each citizen to look for opportunities to do the little things. If you're unable to go out and pick up trash, physically unable to do that, or you are not able to do that because of work or other responsibilities, there are some very simple things that we can all do to alleviate the litter problem. One of the foremost ideas that I think we all need to be reminded of is to tie our trash bags. Putting loose trash in your dumpster or your carry-off container, and then the waste management mechanical device picks it up and dumps it in the back. If there are loose pieces of trash in there, they are inevitably going to blow out when a vehicle is driving 40 or 50 miles per hour down the road. I've yet to see a full trash bag that was tied up fly out the back of a waste management vehicle. It doesn't happen. The only things that fly out are the loose 20-ounce bottles, the napkins, the receipts, plastic bags. All of those things are what flies out. So those are little things that we can all do. Even if we can't get out and actually pick up litter, we can contribute in that way. Another way that we can contribute is to decline receipts when you're at the grocery store or at a gas station. If you're buying a candy bar, you probably don't need a receipt. So just tell them to keep the receipt, because that receipt is probably going to, for me, it goes in my pocket. I reach, I get my keys, the receipt falls out. I don't notice it, it blows down the road, and then somebody sees that I bought a candy bar, hopefully not my wife. So I think that those are just little things that we can all do. So I hope that we're looking for ways to do that, and thank you, Commissioner Hines, As Mr. Byer mentioned, the American Rescue Plan of 2021, which is likely to pass the House tomorrow, the Senate version of the bill, and will likely be signed into law by President Biden sometime tomorrow. We are engaged in that process and making sure that we are aware from a county perspective how that may impact us financially. While we have done we have made a concerted effort as a county for the last 5 years to be fiscally responsible, to manage the tax dollars of our citizens with integrity. We are blessed over the last 12 months to have not had a significant financial impact on our county budget. However, there are things that we will be able to use these funds for to prepare ourselves for future potential issues, pandemics, or other unfortunate natural disasters that may come along. And then there are other things that we can do to shore up our public safety and our health care. So we are going to be prepared for when that happens. We are hoping that it will be direct funding to the counties rather than to the state and then from the state to us. That tends to slow things down. So if that does happen, where counties are allocated funds and it can come directly to us, we will be prepared to manage those funds in a proper way that our citizens can be proud of. We'll now proceed to important calendar dates. Ms. Kim?
As mentioned, this week through Friday is the NACO Virtual Legislative Conference. The Policy and Steering Committee meetings take place this week. Wednesday, March 17th through Thursday, March 18th will be the ALGTI mandated roads and bridges new commissioner training. Thursday, March 18th through Friday, March 19th will be the ALGTI mandated financial administration new commissioner training. And Wednesday, March 17th through Friday, March 19th will again be NACO Legislative Conference, the Board of Directors and other governance meetings. Our next meeting will be Monday, March 22nd with the work session at 5 and the business meeting following. The last round of the NACO Legislative Virtual Conference will be the workshops and plenary sessions Wednesday, March 21st and March 26th. And our first meeting in April will be on Monday, April 12th with the work session at 5 and the business meeting following. The second meeting in April will be on Tuesday, April 27th. Note the date there and then also the time. That meeting will be at 9:30 a.m. this morning.
All right, thank you. We'll reconvene shortly. All right, good evening. I'd like to welcome you to the Elmore County Commission business meeting dated Monday, March 8th, 2021. I'll call this meeting to order. We will begin with an invocation, which I will offer, following which Commissioner Hines will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Heavenly Father, we are grateful for this opportunity to gather together. We are grateful for the many blessings that we enjoy. We are grateful for the beauty of the earth and the beautiful weather we have this week. We are grateful for the opportunity to serve others, for the opportunity we have to lift up those around us. We ask Thee to bless each of us that we might have a mind of service and compassion for those around us. We ask Thee to bless those who are sick or otherwise afflicted, that they might be able to overcome their challenges. Bless our community as we battle with the COVID pandemic, that we will continue to see improvement and that we will soon find opportunities and ways in which we can return to a regular life with the comforts and blessings that we all have grown accustomed to and are grateful for. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. All right, Ms. Kim, would you call roll?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Here.
Chairman Stubbs?
Here.
Commissioner Mercer?
Here.
Commissioner Hines?
Here.
Commissioner Lewis?
All right, we'll proceed now with regular business. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the February 22nd, 2021 commission meeting as amended during the work session?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the memorandum of warrants for the period of February 17, 2021 through March 2nd, 2021?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
We'll proceed now with old business. Is there a motion to approve the proposed right-of-way vacation by adjoining landowner of a portion of Home Place Road? This is located in my district, and I make a motion to approve the proposed right-of-way vacation.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve a 050 retail beer off-premises only alcohol license transfer application from H&K Food Mart to Holtville 2020 Inc. for Quick Sack 4 at 1358 Holtville Road, Wetumpka, Alabama 36092?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve a 070 table wine off-premises only alcohol license application by Holtville 2020 Inc. for Quick Sack 4 at 1358 Holtville Road, Wetumpka, Alabama 36092?
Motion to,
Go ahead.
motion to approve?
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
We'll proceed now with new business. Is there a motion to approve the extension of waiving credit card processing and convenience fees for online transactions through Thursday, September 30th, 2021?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve cemetery application for expansion of Skinner Family Cemetery on Tuberose Lane in Deetsville, Alabama?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the resolutions authorizing the chairman to execute letter agreements for the following projects? ATRP 2-26-2020 026-1 right turn lane on Ingram Road at State Route 14. ATRP 2-26-2020 026-2 addition of turn lane on Cusata Parkway at State Route 14. And ATRP 2-26-2020 026-3 left turn lane at State Route 143 at Cobbs Ford Road.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the consent docket as presented in the work session?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
Personnel notifications, notification of transfer of Tyrondia Hurd, Sergeant to Corrections Officer, effective 1/19/2021. Notification of resignation of Caitlin Kennedy, Dispatcher Tier 1, effective 2/26/2021. Notification of hire of M. Shane Pittman, Project Inspector 3, vacant position, effective 3/1/2021. Any additional reports to the commission? I do have one thing I'd like to add. The first track meet will be held at the Wetumpka track on Coosa River Parkway. It's called the River Region Invitational. It will be held on March the 19th of this month. So we are excited to welcome many teams from around the river region for the first track meet at the brand new facility. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Daughtry?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Hines?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis?
Yes.
We are adjourned.